Hey, I had a one of my YouTube viewers that wanted me to do a small video and on the difference between the women in my day, when I was a young buck at 18 or 19, the women back then versus the women today. Now, there are quite a few differences that I can see, but one of the things that has remained the same is that women back in my day, back when I was in my heyday, age, I don't know, 16 to 22, women seemed to love me back then just as much as they do today. I mean, look at this. I was in a grocery store the other day. Seriously, I swear to God, this really happened. If this didn't happen, I hope I'm struck down by lightning. I swear to God this happened. I was going down an aisle, and there's this woman was absolutely stunning. And I felt she was younger than I was, but she was beautiful. I watched her go by. She had this long parka-type coat on, that went down to the floor almost. And she was stunning. I saw her go by, and she had the cutest face, beautiful hair, just as man, she was a doll. Absolutely, she was out of this world. Anyway, so I did what I had to do on the aisle, and then I was walking by her, and I thought, well, I'm just going to look at her, and because she's gorgeous, I'm just going to look at her when I go by. And so anyway, I was walking by her, and she not only looked at me, she gave me the most beautiful smile and winked at me. Really, she gave me the most beautiful smile and she went, I mean, it was a really cute wink. Oh, I've been thinking about that for the last several days. Man, wife, she was good looking. She was with a guy. She was with a man. He was a young looking guy, but he could have been her husband. But I think he might have been her son. But, I mean, here I am, walking by, just, looking at this woman, and she looks at me, gives me the most breathtaking smile, and winks at me. Brother! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I thought, I really can't, fault her for winking at me, because look at this! If you saw me walking down the grocery store in your hometown, wouldn't you look at me? And when you looked at me, what would you think? What would you think? This guy's an asshole. No, you wouldn't think that. No. What would you think? Would you think, oh, this guy's ugly? No, you wouldn't think that. You would take a look, and you think, this guy's got charm. He's got personality. He's got good looks at the yin-yang. Man, what a dreamboat. So I know, boys and girls, and I'm not bragging, but I know that I'm the rich woman's supreme and the poor woman's dream. I mean, look at this. Do you think this girl's on trees? Anyway, there are, some differences. I think today that women of today have been brainwashed into this princess mentality, that they deserve everything they want. It's me. It's kind of like you. Like you. You're in this me thing, aren't you? I think women, I think that one difference is that women today, if they get married to you, for instance, and they don't like you, you're out the door. They divorce you. Why? Because they can pick up some other John. That's why. Marriage doesn't seem to mean much to a lot of women because they think that all marriage is a chapter in the life history of or a chapter in the book of their life. Oh, he was married to Ron. I don't like Ron anymore. Let's dump Ron and get John. Then John, hey, I don't like John anymore. Let's get Peter. And back in my day, I think women, when they got married, they wanted to do everything in their power to stay married. You know, they were nice to their husband. They were respectful of their husbands. You know, it just seemed like they did a lot more back then to keep the marriage together, whereas now they've been conditioned, you know, and if you don't like them, dump them. There's nothing wrong with divorce. Oh, you're not supposed to be with somebody you hate. I don't think they try as much today. I think that, I don't know. You know, I talked to a Chinese guy the other day at the store, and he came over to America. He's a tennis champion. He teaches tennis, and he was telling me about how wonderful Oriental women are. No, I've never had an Oriental woman, except up here, but I've never been with one. I've never dated one. But he says, oh, they just go out of their way to please a man. God, they, you know, rub your back for you, rub your neck for you. You can lay down, they'll walk on your back for you. They'll make you any kind of food you want. I mean, they cater to please the man, and that's the way it should be. You know that. He says, if you ever get married again, try an Oriental woman. You won't go, you know, you'll never go wrong, you know? Anyway, I'll have to think about that someday, but I don't know. The women of today, I think are selfish. I think they have this princess mentality, and I think that they know that they can. A woman that's halfway decent can get any guy she wants. You know, there's a big difference between a woman and a man. Sweetheart, no, no. My cat's always pestering me for treats. Huh? Do you want to come up and say hi to the camera? Oh, come here, honey. Come here. Let's say hi. Here we go. See, look at, see the little people out there? Huh? You want a couple treats? What? Do you like treats? Okay. Want Dad to give you a couple treats? Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. This sweetheart. Here we go. Here we go, honey. You like that? You want one more? Want Dad to give you one more? Huh? Here we go. One more. That's a good boy. You happy now? Okay, good boy. Okay, love you. See you later. Now, where was I? I can't remember where I was. Doesn't matter anyway. Anyway, I think the women today are pretty selfish. They're in this me generation. But I think if you get a good woman, that's a real blessing. If you have a good woman that's true to you and doesn't lie to you, doesn't cheat on you, is respectful to you, is kind to you. I would love to find a woman like that. I thought I had one. But she ended up starting to cheating on me. She had an autism kid. She wanted to get married, and she had an autism kid that didn't talk, which is okay. But he had a habit of tearing up everything. You know, she would bring home library books, and he would take the library books, tear the pages out of them, and she would end up having to buy new books for the library. He would take the inner sleeves off of the DVDs that they had and tear those up. I mean, he would tear up everything. I deal in a lot of antique paper, antique photographs, antique documents, things like that. And if I had gotten married to her, he would have destroyed everything that I have. And that's what I do. That's one of my jobs is to, you know, dealing in these old documents and so forth. He would completely destroy them. I mean, he gets up at, 3 in the morning and has to watch Cinderella over and over and over again. If he doesn't get his own way, he goes crazy. We used to go for a walk up and down the street with him once in a while, and we'd both want to go one way, and he'd want to go another way, and he'd go crazy and, start throwing a fit if he couldn't get his own way. I mean, he was, I'm sorry that he had, autism, but he would have driven me crazy. Seriously, he would have been driven me crazy to have got roped into that situation. I couldn't have handled it. She used to say, well, love can conquer all. Well, love can't conquer all. You got to pay the bills. You got to do a lot of things, Love can't conquer all. Anyway, and I told her, I told her, and I was totally in love with her, and we'd gone with each other for, I don't know, 7 years, I guess, and I loved her so much that I would have killed myself for her. I mean, I was going over a bridge one time, and I was looking down at the water, and I don't know how to swim. And I was thinking, if she had fallen into this river and she was drowning, that I loved her so much that I would have jumped in the river to die with her. I couldn't have saved her because I don't know how to swim. But my love was so great for her that I would have jumped in to die with her if she was drowning. And I loved her so much, but I used to tell her that I was afraid, not that I wouldn't get married, but I was afraid to get married because I thought her child would destroy our love that we had for each other. And because of that, she, I guess, wanted to get even with me and didn't like the fact that I didn't really want to get married or wasn't keen on marriage that much. So she started to cheat on me. So anyway, but if you can get a good woman that is pretty, no more treats. What do you think this is, a treat farm, honey? Think Daddy's a candy factory? No more, honey. Anyway, get somebody that's nice and loving and will be honest and true to you, and you'll have it made, I think there's women back in my day and women of today that are made up of the same kind of material, that they're good people. But my point is, the women back then and the women of today, they're keen on me, baby. Look at this. Seriously. So if you're 18 to age 40, I'll stretch it out as far as 40. If you're 18 to age 40, maybe in a pinch we'll drop it up, up to 42. If you're lonely, but you've got to be cute, you've got to be pretty, you've got to be sexy, you've got to be thin. Give me a buzz, give me a call. We can we can work it out, baby. I know we can. We can do it. You and me, we can do it. I don't care what the rest of the world is, baby. We can do it. So give me a call. Or send me a letter, Facebook me, whatever. And we'll get together. Because I've got this great big huge bucket of love that I want to give to you, the underdog. I really do. Oh, man. Hey, make it a good day, will you? Get off your big, fat, lazy ass and get to work. Get something done for a change, You have something you have to do at 1 o'clock, and your whole day's wasted. I've got to get ready for the appointment at 1 o'clock, and then after 1 o'clock, I'm tired. Get a grip. This world doesn't revolve around you. It revolves around me. So send me some money. Come on. What are you waiting for? What a bunch of losers.